We are a student body of over 27,000 people, and we take our academics very seriously. But when October rolls around, everything changes. Students, faculty, and the city of Lexington flood into Rupp Arena, hoping to watch their cats bring home a victory. Kentucky fans are known across the nation as having one of the most passionate fan bases around, but sometimes this can get to their head, and their passion seems to go a little too far.
I think was it Big Blue Madness? Yeah. And a dude with a Louisville shirt was walking in front of everybody, like taunting people or whatever, and a dude threw a brick at him. And the guy started to get kicked out, and then the dude that was kicking him out looked over and saw the dude in the Louisville shirt and told the guy just to go sit down. He didn't kick the guy out, so that was pretty nuts.
Others may see it as crazy, but to us, it's all a part of being a fan. It's all about that dedication.
Craziest thing? Seen some crazy things, man. Probably ain't fit to be on this video camera, but I tell you, I guess this past year at the Florida game, Patrick Young was getting hot. You know, he made a couple buckets, and he's up towards the top. They call us the nosebleeds. This old woman must have been 90, about 4'5". But she was hooting, hollering, whatnot, cussing, you know, things I can't say right now. But security came up, told her, you know, gave her a warning. And she's still, man, she's giving him the business. You know, everything under the sun, just calling him word after word.
Sometimes this dedication and passion can turn physical and even dangerous. The best example of this is what happened after the 2012 National Championship game. State Street riots.
I lived on State Street. We were right in the middle. My house was right in the middle of it. We had our garage in the back. There was a couple making out back there next to a garage that was on fire. We had a kid getting pepper sprayed and running up to us asking for milk, because apparently milk helps your eyes when you get pepper spray, but they didn't have any milk, so some dude just starts pouring beer on his eyes, and that made it burn worse.
There are always going to be the fanatics, those people that take everything a little too far just to support their cats.
I seen old boy bet his buddy down there in Petersburg. His buddy was a daggone Louisville fan, card fan, and they bet a left pinky on the daggone Louisville, Kentucky game about 6 years ago.
I think I've had to sign a baby before, so that was kind of crazy, and I have to talk to a lot of random girls on the phone, which is kind of awkward.
This obsessive attitude towards Kentucky sports is something that takes over every aspect of a fan's life, and some say that this worship of Kentucky basketball rivals the place of religion, or even replaces their own religion.
Church or basketball? You know, don't get me wrong, I like going to church and whatnot, but man, I'd probably have to pick a Kentucky basketball game. Sorry God, but man, you just got to take Kentucky basketball when you can get it. 40 games is the most you can have in a season. We were lucky to get that last season, you know, won it all. But church is what, 2-3 times every week, year round. So I'm probably going to take Kentucky basketball game when I can get it.
That's not fair. On a Sunday, I'd rather go to church. During the week, I'd probably go to a basketball game.
That's a really good question. And that's definitely hard to answer and choose between the two. But if I really had to pick, I'd probably say probably a Kentucky basketball game, just for the simple fact that sometimes those games are once in a lifetime, especially for like a child that, you know, doesn't get to experience them very often. It's a great experience for someone to be able to go to a game and just see a game live and to be able to experience that atmosphere there. And, you know, church is every Sunday, so.
Some may see this worship as a negative, but the positive effects are vital to the university. Unity, support, and the overall tradition are what make this campus a special place, a place that we can all call home.
I mean, I remember it was ginormous, and then by the time you got in game time, you just look around at all the people that were there to support the Big Blue Nation, and it was a lot. And it's the most people I've ever seen, and we packed the house almost every night. It's just great to see how many people come out, and I remember just how big it is and all the fans that go.
Basketball is one of the key elements that can bring students together. It gives everyone around here a common interest.
Anyway, we can just get together, and have a good time. Just a reason to get with all my buddies and just, enjoy the Cats, cheer on the Cats, This is all we're in it for.
One of the perks of being a UK cheerleader is that I get to sit courtside at the men's basketball games. Like we're talking about traditions, at the very beginning of every game, the fireworks go off, and just the atmosphere at the very beginning of the games is just so great, and the fan base is so big that it literally gives you chills. And as the game proceeds, if it's a really close game, the crowd just gets on their feet, and it's awesome to know, as a cheerleader, that we are able to lead the fans and lead them on to cheers to bring our team to a victory.
As you can see, Kentucky values this legacy and helps make it a part of our own tradition.
Probably just the tradition, really. We've won 8 national championships, always pretty successful in basketball, so definitely the history of it, and now with Cal coming in and getting all these new recruits, it's a fun time.
Although the season just ended, fans are already gearing up for next season, along with their national championship aspirations.
If we lose more than 3 games, I'll be surprised. With the recruiting, we have the best recruiting class ever coming in, and that's in the history of college basketball. If Wiggins commits, then we probably won't lose a game, because you've got Poitras and Goodwin coming off the bench, and they're both 5 stars. That'll be 7 5-stars on one team. So we should win the championship pretty easily, actually.
After each season, fans hold high hopes and aspirations for the upcoming one, which only adds to the most important aspect of Kentucky basketball, the tradition.
One of the biggest traditions here at the University of Kentucky is definitely the men's basketball team. You always hear everyone talk about the Big Blue Nation, how big it is, and how big the fan base is here. College basketball at UK really unites our community. Just like last year when we won the national championships with, all the crazy partying and how they had to close off all the streets. It just really brings our whole community together and just really represents that we are the Big Blue Nation, how strong we can be when we're all together.
Kentucky basketball is viewed as one of the most admired traditions at the university, creating a strong loyalty within the community.
That's all we have in Lexington. There's a college and a basketball team. That's all it's ever been. I mean, when you have more wins than anybody else, the fans like we have, and it's pretty much what anybody lives for around here.
This tradition and loyalty is what gives the University of Kentucky character, strengthening the unity of students and providing a strong sense of community on campus.
Yeah, I think that Kentucky basketball shows a whole lot more positives than negatives, in the fact that it always gives me an opportunity to hang out, and let's say for an example, I'm hanging with a new buddy that I met in college. It's really easy for me to just be hey, bro, want to go watch the game? Don't have to worry about holding a conversation. You just kind of converse over the game and whatnot. That alone for me would be enough positive to outweigh all the negative of what negative is in flipping a car. Yeah, right. That's awesome. Burning a couch. That's even better. Those are good things. Negatives like being rude. That's a negative. I think that the positives of just simply being able to communicate with another dude or even a girl, I guess, in a situation is a whole lot better than the rudeness that comes with, I guess, Kentucky fans.
Although the fans can get wild, the commitment these people have to the university is incomparable. The tradition basketball holds at UK is what some people live with and others live for. It is a religion, a way of life. Regardless if you are a diehard fan or cheer on the Cats from your sofa, we are a Big Blue Nation united by this Kentucky basketball legacy, and there's no one greater.